over this way a little bit so this get a more of a peripheral thing going here. Okay, so we all know, some of you were here last year and I asked you a question. Do you remember the question I asked you last year about who do you all know? All of you are around, what are you, 19, 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there? 30. 30? You're 30? Yeah. No, you're not. You're not 30. Why are you messing with my head like this? See, people, I don't know, this must be a kind of a coincidental thing. People have been messing with me for the last 2 weeks. I don't know. They're like, I don't know what the deal, I don't know what the deal is. All right, so I think I asked you this question last time, and I just want to see how much you remembered in a year. Okay, who wrote the composition "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog"? Who did that? Or maybe I didn't ask you. No, not who wrote it. Who made it very famous? Elvis. Elvis who? That's right. What year was that song recorded?
Elvis Presley's?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
54?
You're almost right. 56.
Yes.
Good. All right. Okay, so now who's the only pianist that was pardoned by the President of the United States because he had now they call it a disease, but then he was called a junkie, and he happened to be African American. Who was that? I mean, he was pardoned by JFK because JFK loved the way he played so much that he said that, you know what, this man should not be locked up, get him out of jail. Who was that? No.
Was it Ray Charles?
You're in the same time, a very good guess, you're in the same time period, but no. No, this is no, jazz. Little Richard had his foot all up. No. I'm talking about no. But the feet down on the floor and playing. Okay, I'll give you his initials. Well, first of all, I'll give you one hint. First hint was he was from LA. Okay. Second hint, he was good. Third hint, his initials were or are, depending upon your philosophy, HH. No, but I knew that you would probably say that. No. Fourth hint, his first name was Hampton. Hampton. And the last and final, well, this is not a hint, but I'll tell you his name. Hampton Hawes. Remember him? No, I know you don't remember him because we've all been bamboozled. We have. I'm not kidding. I'm almost not kidding around. You know why? Because, you know what? We've had Elvis stuffed down our throats on a yearly basis, almost daily. We see Elvis over here. There was an Elvis sighting. It's like he's like a UFO alien or something. I'm not trying to down Elvis. Don't get me wrong. Elvis was a bad cat. He was he kind of, simulated a few things, but I mean, let's give him his kudos. He was okay. But everyone should know who Hampton Hawes is. H-A-W-E-S. He was the only musician who happened to be African American who was pardoned by the President of the United States because he had a drug problem. Now that's phenomenal, really. I mean, come on. So we should all know who this man is, and now we do, so this is great. Now, when you get back to your room or on your phones and so forth, hook him up on your phone and see whether I'm really, this pans out for you, okay? Hampton Hawes, H-A-W-E-S. There's more coming up. We would like to perform a composition for you that was written by a gentleman who was from Brazil. And whenever we hear the word classical music, we think in terms of Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, and Stravinsky, and those people. But there are many types of different classical musics all over the world. There's Iranian classical, there's Mexican classical, there's African American classical, there is, you know what the point is. But this is Brazilian classical music, and this is called the Bossa Nova. And the name of this composition is Wave. Have you ever been torched?
Torch?
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, all of you have been torched. Do you know what a torch singer is? Well, that's why I'm here. You see, a torch singer is someone who sings about the hardships between someone who you loved and you don't love, they don't love you anymore, you don't love them anymore, or the hardships between an employee or an employer, or any hardships that involve the yin and the yang thing. So all of you have been torched. This is what we call a person who sings about the hardships of life. And there's one particular torch singer that comes into mind from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she was one of the greatest torch singers of all time. She was very famous in the 20s and 30s, and she passed away in the 40s. Who am I talking about? No. Let me give you a big hint. Let me tell you something right now. I will not ask you about Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, or Sarah Vaughan. Forget those. Do you know why? Because everybody knows who they are. Why would I stand up here and insult these great minds in here? Never. Everybody knows who those three ladies are, and not putting them down or anything, but you know who they are. I'm going to give you some information that you may or may not know. Okay? This is a torch singer. This is a singer that wasn't really, well, she was a jazz singer too, but she sung about hardships. She recorded compositions like Florida blues, like Western blues, like I Ain't Got No Man blues, like My Man Left Me blues. You're close. Joanne Kelly? No, but I don't know who she is, but she must have been really great for you to mention Joanne Kelly. Okay, her initials are, and this is real. Her initials are BS. Bessie Smith. Bessie Smith, absolutely right. Give them both a big round. It was coming in. Bessie Smith. That's good. That's good. Torch singer. She was one of the greatest torch singers of all time, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, it has been reported that she was in an automobile accident in she wasn't famous in the 40s. She was famous in the late 30s. She was in an automobile accident in 1937. in Durham, North Carolina, and she bled to death on a Durham, North Carolina highway. It was really, really rough. So now we're going to perform a composition for you that we do hope that you enjoy. And then we have a special guest for you too that's going to come up and perform. And I mean, this guest is like one of the greatest musicians on the planet and one of your own. So we're going to have this person come up, but right now we're going to perform this one. The name of this one is entitled On a Misty Night. All right now, our time is very, very limited. The time kind of got away from me, but we're going to call up this very, very great drummer here, and her name is Molly. Where's Molly? Molly, come on up, Molly. Molly. All right, okay, now we're going to play what is commonly called. Hey, Molly, how was your shuffle? Good. Okay. All right. All right, so now Molly's going to play, we're going to play a composition for you that we do hope that you like. The name of this one is entitled Work Song. Do it like that. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give our great bassist here a big round of applause, Mr. Mike Aceta on contrabass. And our drummer here, Mr. Billy Arnold, please. Billy Arnold. I'm telling you, this is an action-packed afternoon. Action-packed. And Molly.